Oh, 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Yantah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuktam Sanjeevayatya Kila Shakti Dharaswadhamna अन्यांश्च हस्तशरणश्रवणत्वकादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समचरणसरोजं सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभं जघनविहितपाणिं मण्डनं मण्डनानां तरुणतुलसीमालां कन्धरं कञ्जनेत्रं सदयधवलहासं विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि.
Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Eknathi Bhagawat session. We are in chapter 22. We have finished till OV 548. We will begin from verse 47. एता मनोरथमयीः ह्यन्यस्योच्चावचास्तनूः गुणसङ्गादुपादत्ते क्वचित् कश्चिज्जहाति च.
Meaning of the verse: these states, high and low, brought about by desire of course of body and not the self, a certain soul accepts them as one's own through false identification with master, while another disowns them with great difficulty. 549. Mind which has pride does undergo the vikaras, the modifications which are natural to the world, and it is identification with pride that mind creates the heaven and earth. 550. Atman is different from this. It is knowledge and of the nature of knowledge. Mind cannot touch it and pride cannot remain in that pure principle. 551. Maya produces the mind and the three gunas, and the gunas have brought about this body with all the material required for modifications. 552. As the shadow accompanies the body, this Maya accompanies the Atman. In that Atman, this body with its birth and death cannot enter. 553. Atman is pure and the body is not pure. Body is matter and Atman is energy or spirit. Atman has no beginning, no deterioration and is complete. Birth and death are attributes of the body. 554. Three gunas, three states: work, action, duty, ego of being a doer, all are all belonging to the body and the pride about the body. Atman is totally different. 555. Thus, being of the spirit, the Atman is different from modifications. Here you may say that Jiva has the pride of being the body, but please listen to that also. 556. Jiva is aloof from modifications of Maya. Please listen. Crystal appears of the color on which it is placed. 557. Though it appears to be of that color, it is pure originally and is different from that color. Jiva is aloof from gunas of Maya. 558. Crystal will appear if kept on a black surface as black, but it is different from black. Similarly, though Jiva seems to be dirty due to tamas, it is not actually tamas. 559. We may put that crystal on a red surface, it will appear red, but it is different from red color. Similar, Similarly, Jiva is pure, though it may appear to be Rajasic in the activities. 560. If the crystal is kept on a white cloth, it looks white, but it is different from that white color. Similarly, Jiva may appear of Sattva quality, but it is free from even the Sattva quality and it is different from the known. 561. Thus, I have told you Jiva is aloof from all these three qualities. Now I shall tell you how Jiva is free, though it appears to be in the body. 562. Water in a pot creates a reflection of moon in it. The state of Jiva similarly sees Atman as reflected in the body, having pride about the body. 563. If the pot is still, the reflection is also still. If the pot is moved, the reflection is also moved. All the states are related to the body, but Jiva thinks that they belong to it. 564. Suppose black color is mixed in the water on a pot. The reflection of the moon will not be black, nor the moon in the sky will be black. 565. Similarly, the pains and pleasures or the merits and sins never attach themselves to the Atman. Due to pride, the body itself suffered this. 566. If water from one pot is put into another pot, reflection of the moon will also appear in that another pot. Similarly, Jivatma enters in another body. 567. The moon is in the sky aloof, but fictiously it is reflected in the water in the pot. Similarly, Atman is aloof and eternal in Brahman, but by association with the body, it gets involved with the wrong notion that it is Jiva in the body. 568. Thus, I have shown to you that though Jiva is in the body, it is aloof from the three gunas and also actually beyond the bondage of the body. I have explained to you the nature of Jiva and Shiva. 569. But people do not realize this and are therefore confused. And attachment to and the pride of the body compels them to undergo various painful experiences in various categories of beings through births and deaths. 570. If he is proud of merit, he becomes a Brahman and even rises to God Brahma to enjoy the bliss of that life. 571. If he identifies with wrong deeds and sins, he falls into lower channels of beings and suffer misery, taking successive births in those ignorant categories. 572. The chain of births and deaths is enhanced by the sins and merits of the man. Seldom is the fortunate one who cuts this chain of birth and death and becomes free. 573. There are persons who have earned good merit but without selfish motive, who have done their ordained duties, who have compassion for all beings in their heart, and who have great interest in the worship of Brahmins. 574. There are the maternal home of non-violence, whose consciousness is full of the attitude that all the world is one great family. They are great in discrimination of what is permanent and what is not. Just like swans who separate water from milk and they are fed up by taking birth again and again. 575. They seek the inner meanings of Upanishad. They search how and from where and from whom the Jiva came into existence. They are the seekers who search what is Atman and they are real devotees. 576. They have complete faith in the feet of the saints and they are wholeheartedly sold out to obey the orders of their Guru. Such persons, by grace, reach liberation in this life only. 577. They shatter the fetter of body attachment by their self-knowledge, become free from millions of births and deaths, and reach the other shore by unfurling the flag of complete freedom. 578. As nobody gets drawn in the water of mirage, they have sidetracked all the whirlpools of family life and gone beyond. 579. But rare are such men in freedom seen in this world. One may search in the whole world and perhaps one may come across such a great being. 580. If at all one such adept is seen, who is there to recognize him because Atman is not visible anyhow. 581. Even if such a man is very near to us and we see him living like another man, how can we recognize his inner state of freedom? 582. People say Atman has gone or Atman has come, but nobody sees the Atman. Now let us consider this matter a little further.
आत्मनः पितृपुत्राभ्याम् अनुमेयौ भवाप्ययौ न भवाप्ययवस्तूनाम् अभिज्ञोद्वयलक्षणः.
Meaning of the verse, One's own birth, including the preceding two states, which cannot be directly known by oneself, can be inferred from the birth of one's son and from death of one's father. The knower of things subject to birth and death can never be subject to birth and death himself. 583. People say that Atman of the father has gone and that therefore the body of that father has perished. But nobody has seen the Atman going away from the body. 584. Some say that a son is born and Atman has come in the body. But while performing rituals, ceremonies, etc., they do these for the body only. Atman is never seen. 585. Thus, nobody sees the coming and going of Atman. So, it is proof that the birth and death apply to body only. 586. Atman is imperishable and a witness. Let us consider this further.
तरोर्बीजविपाकाभ्याम् यो विद्वान् जन्म संयमौ तरोर्विलक्षणो द्रष्टा एवं द्रष्टा तनोः पृथक्.
Meaning of the verse, those who come to know the birth of a plant from he who comes to know the birth of a plant from its seed and its end after yielding the fruit is distant from the plant. Similarly, the seer of a body is distinct from the body, though he is dwelling in the body. 587. On a mountain, a tree is born, and as it grows, the mountain is a witness, which is not affected though the tree is cut or dead. 588. So the seer who looked at the body is separate from the body and not affected by the changes in it. He is in the body but free from it and not touched by the bondage of this world. 589. Eknath says, not knowing this, people are caught in the clutches of the world, which is explained by the Lord in the next 5 verses.
प्रकृतेरेवमात्मानम् अविविच्य बुधः पुमान् तत्त्वेन स्पर्शसम्मूढः संसारं प्रतिपद्यते.
Meaning of the verse, failing to separate the spirit from matter as required and getting attached to the pleasures of senses as the only reality, the ignorant jiva undergoes transmigration. 590. The Atman is neither the doer nor the non-doer, which I have already told you. 591. Atman does not touch the three gunas. Though it is in the body, it is distinct from it because Purusha is distinct from Prakriti. 592. Though who does not know this should be considered as an independent relative of this world and that he is unified with it. 593. When a person thinks that to enjoy the senses is the only achievement worth its name, becomes attached to the good and the bad karma of the world and has to take many births. 594. The pride of physical body and its pleasures compels man to be born again and again. 595. Foolish people being overwhelmed by the pleasures of new each birth become the sufferers, about which please listen further.
सत्त्वसङ्गादृशीन् देवान् रजसा सुमानुषान् तमसा भूततिर्यक्त्वं भ्रामितो याति कर्मभिः.
Meaning of the verse, by sattva quality and actions of good nature, a person reaches after his death the good worlds inhabited by sages and gods. By rajas, the person are born again as lower gods and human beings. By tamas, persons go after their death to the world of ghosts and lower animals, and all according to their karma. 596. The Lord said, O Uddhava, because of identification with the body, actions belonging to the three gunas are done by people, and accordingly they go after their birth to three types of worlds. 597. If sattvic actions are done, the sattva quality becomes prevalent in the character of a man. And if he does not surrender his karma to Lord Sri Krishna after death, the man goes to the best possible birth. And if he does not surrender his karma to the Lord Sri Krishna, after death, the man goes to the best possible birth. 598. If the sattvic quality is extremely predominant, the man becomes divine sage or sage having self-knowledge, Brahmarshi. But if the sattva is prevalent than the other two, the man becomes a great leader or master of wisdom having extraordinary long life. 599. If actions of sattvic nature are done, the man becomes one of the gods in heaven. And when the merit of the soul comes to an end, the person comes to the same category of life and being accomplished with many virtues, lives more happily. 600. If the character of a man is Rajasic and the actions done by him are also Rajasic, where does he go as he is fully affected by Rajas? 601. The answer is if such people surrender their Rajasic action to God, they become devotees of the God, thought they are born in the Daitya family, and those who desire to enjoy sensual pleasures by dint of their Rajasic action become Asura as great courageous warriors. 602. Those who are Rajasic but follow the code of conduct laid down for their caste, etc., are reborn as Brahmins. And all the four classes or castes are formed according to the more or less degree of Rajasic quality. 603. But if there is total tamas in the character and actions are also very 604 bad on that part of a person, he falls in the lowest categories as a ghost, animals, birds, or even stones. 605. Question. Karma is of three gunas, and according to the Vedas and Shastras, God is the receiver of the fruit of karma. 606. Atman is proved by you, Sri Krishna, just now to be distinct from body and only a witness. This, if the receiver of the result of karma is different from karma, how does he enjoy or suffer from the result of karma? 607. This was a question in the mind of Uddhava, but the Lord guessed rightly and proceeded to answer that possible question.
नृत्यतो गायतः पश्यन् यथैवानुकरोति तान् एवं बुद्धिगुणान् पश्यन् अनीहोऽप्यनुकार्यते.
Meaning of the verse, just as a man who sees the others dancing and singing naturally tries to imitate them, so the soul, though actionless, is made to follow the movements of the body, etc., promoted by the intellect, when the soul sees them and thinks they are belonging to itself. 608. Suppose there is a large audience. There are many listeners and a dancer, and some singers have arranged the program. When the artist sings and there is beat regularly giving a repeated rhythmic percussion, the persons in the hall also tap their thighs with their fingers in imitating the beat. 609. Now, why this happens? The audience is not actually using the percussion or drum. Now, this is the case. When Atman witnesses the actions and imitates them, Atman is a knower, and it is therefore natural that by wrong identification, he thinks that he is receiving the result of the action. 610. As a person in the auditorium, though sitting quiet, gives in it to the lilting beat, so the Purusha or Atman, though different from the matter or Prakriti, follows its activity. 611. Question. If Atman will be the receiver of the fruit of the gunas, the karma by limitations, there will be contradiction to its being eternally free. 612. As a person who receives the fruit of karma is bound by that karma, it will be necessary to accept that the Atman will have to undergo births and deaths because of the karma. 613. Then who will say that Atman is free and beyond modifications? Atman will actually be bound and subject to changes. 614. Oh, Uddhava, you will perhaps argue like this, but please listen. But please know that in reality, Atman is free. I will explain you how and why.
यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवोऽपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते भ्रमतीव भूः.
Just meaning of the verse, just as the trees having their reflection in running water appear to be moving, or if a man is traveling in a boat in river, he feels that the trees on the bank are moving backwards, or if a man is having vertigo, he sees that all the objects in the surrounding world moving around. This is like that. 615. Just as a man sitting on the bank of a river thinks that the trees are flowing with the water by seeing their reflections in the water, so by the association of gunas of the Maya, Atman seems to undergo modifications. 616. A man having a fit of vertigo sees all the surrounding objects moving around him. Similarly, all the modes and changes brought about by the Maya are not real for Atman. 617. A man sitting on a horse comes to the bank of a river and sees his reflection together with that of the horse in the water and imagines himself as fallen in the water. 618. Similarly, Atman, though appearing to have gunas, is actually beyond the gunas. Mind is deceived to think that the gunas may belong to Atman. 619. All the categories of life from the creator to the little blade of grass are within the field of Maya. They are subject to changes and karma. Actively doing any karma and its results are creations of the mind only. 620. When the Lord Sri Krishna explained this, Uddhava was very pleased, and in that pleasurable mood, he began to move to and fro. 621. In order to remove the doubts and anxieties from the mind of Uddhava, the Lord was giving him advice, and he used such examples as would amuse Uddhava while making him wise and peaceful.
यथा मनोरथ धियः विषयानुभवो मृषा स्वप्नदृष्टाश्च दाशार्ह तथा संसार आत्मनः.
Meaning of the verse, O Dasharaha, just as the experience of a man daydreaming or actually dreaming is false, so this world phenomenon is false for Atman. 622. The Lord said, mind you, O Uddhava, Atman is without any modifications and is eternally free. By the mind's imagination, it seems to be in the bondage. Though it is not worldly, we think that it is involved in the mundane worldly affairs. 623. As expect Atman, there is no second factor or person anywhere. Nothing can be said about the nature of Atman. We can have a description if there is one speaker and second listener. 624. A man is lost while walking in a dense forest. There is nobody to talk to, nor can he find his way. He sits at one place. He imagines that he is a king. He also imagines that an enemy king is going to attack him. He perhaps to face an enemy. 625. A man is overcharged with valor and begins to jump in a false fight. In a short while, he suddenly falls down and is wounded, but he thinks that he is wounded in the fight. 626. Such a man is completely confused and deceived. He as if tries to walk through the waters of the mirage and imagines that he got wet. 627. In the sky, there are big clouds in which one can imagine cities, houses, trees, etc because of their particular shapes, but it is unreal city which is destroyed by sudden wind. 628. Similarly, the life of this world is also a mental imagination. The pains and pleasures in it is also considered as false by my devotees. 629. Being born in Dasharha family, you have attained an honorable position. 630. Just as we consider all episodes a dream to be real there, this worldly life is also a long dream and it is unreal. 631. Dream is proved to be unreal as soon as we wake up. Similarly, this world is unreal when we are in a state of egolessness. This is the main doctrine of the principle, and this should be remembered by you. Sun 632. Sun is the primary cause of and aloof from the mirage, and Atman is also apparently the base of illusion of the world. Atman is unmodified and is of the nature of knowledge. 633. You may ask, if the world is unreal as you say now, where is the need to perform penance, etc.? 634. Nobody makes preparations for marriage of a son of a barren woman when nobody builds a dam on the waters of the mirage. 635. So you may ask that if world is false, why bother about listening, meditation, worship, discrimination, desirelessness? Why are people doing this drill? Oh, Uddhava, phantom and fear of it are false, but a child thinks it is to be real. 636. Similarly, Jiva experiences the bondage due to wrong concept about this unreal world. 637. Let us say this clearly by taking an example. Pains and sufferings are giving trouble to ignorant people by the illusion only.
Hariyo, I think we can pause over here for today and continue tomorrow from here and then complete the chapter tomorrow, whatever time it takes. Amazing. So much clarity. Today suddenly the level changed into deep Vedanta. Beautiful. Okay, you give your feedback and then we talk on it.
Yeah, it
Eknathi.
is so beautifully described that how Prakriti and Purusha is different. The Jiva is different from the body. We all think that the body is the Jiva because of the Maya and the Guna, three Gunas which dominate. So they also say that Atman is different. Because of the influence of Maya, we think that the Atman and the body are the same. It is very different. And they have um, the gunas is so beautifully explained that when people are in sattvic or rajasic or tamas, where they lead their life to and how they go after death. Sattvic people remain as sages, and the rajasic, they come and go into this world time and again without realizing it. Even the tamasic nature also is the same. So that part and Ovis 615, just as a man sitting on the bank of river thinks that the tree, so with the association of Maya, we think that the Atman undergoes modification. Whereas it has no, there is no change in the Atman, even if the body is gone or alive, if the body is undergoing pain and pleasures, it is very different from the body, which we all have to realize that it is not with aligned with the body. Atman is different from the body. Yeah. Continuing from the last Thursdays, like it was describing about the qualities of Atman, where it is indestructible, it is Ajaha, it is, there was one movie which describes the nature of the Atman. It was so beautifully like, yeah, Atman is pure, it is not body, matter. In one movie, the qualities of Atman was so nice. I really liked it, which we read in Gita also, that one.
Okay, means on Thursday's reading you are saying.
No. Today also we have.
Oh, today's reading. Okay.
Today also there was one OV which describes that Atman is indestructible. It is, yeah. So the first few OVs were about the Atman, the nature of the Atman, and how it is different from the body, and also about Jiva. Then few OVs describe about three gunas. Then here that knower, seer, the three is clearly knower, knowing, and the is that
No.
it is not striking me. Yeah, Atman is imperishable and a witness. This will be also a quality of the Atman. 586. Then Atman is not touched by the three gunas. How it is different from Prakriti. Purusha is different from Prakriti. So the body is different from the Atman. Because of the influence of Maya, we think that the both are same and we live in that world that it remains forever. Because of this, we go through the circle of birth. We come and go into this world, not realizing it and undergoing the pain and sufferings. The next two books are about from 596 is about the quality, the three gunas and its qualities. How the sattvic person becomes a sage or how he remains in that sattva state, realizing the consciousness. Then about the rajasic who come and go into this world. Then the tamasic nature is born of the low animals, birds and goes. Then how the fruit of karma, like if the actions of done with Ishwara Arpana Buddhi, which is not touched by the Atma, it doesn't affect the Atma. It is beyond the modifications. So any actions done, the karma yoga done without attachment leads to that Supreme God, we can
Mm.
achieve that consciousness.
Mm.
That is, those movies are also very nice. Then how people realize that Atman, that it is a body. There are some examples given, like man sitting on the bank of a river. When he sees the trees moving or the water, he feels that the trees are moving. Which is not because of the water flow, we feel that the trees are moving.
Mm.
Then the person having a vertigo sees that around him everything is moving, but he has a vertigo and it is his feeling that it is moving. So
Mm.
these examples so beautifully describe, no, that we under even lame person can understand that the Atman is not affected by the body, it is different from the body. The
Mm.
Gunas, nothing can affect the Atman.
Mm. Very true.
Those are it's so nice examples given to explain us.
Yes. And that verse is in Bhagavad only. Yathambhasa prachalata, that 53rd verse. That is what you are talking now. Taraha pija. Means water is moving, but we feel it is very beautiful. That is.
That is beautifully explained. Then I like the
That
Ovis.
what is the Dakshinamurti Stotra, if you remember? In that, so this OV 627, no? In the sky, there are big clouds in which one can imagine
Yes,
cities, houses, trees because of a particular. So that particular reference comes in Dakshinamurti Stotra. That how it is imagined over there, but it is actually not so. So that is because Dakshinamurti is also highest Vedanta, right?
yes,
So
Ushaji. Ushaji has took us as Dakshinamurti Sutra. When you say now, I can recollect her teaching then. This.
mm, so I'm trying to get that. विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. So that Vishwadarpana, as if the world is the mirror, and in that this reflection of all these nagaris, houses, buildings, everything is there. Like that, it is inside. This is what Dakshinamurti. So the moment you were reading that 627, immediately I went to Dakshinamurti. Oh, this is exactly picked up from Dakshinamurti. Hmm.
Very beautiful how you connected the dots.
The whole today's reading was so beautiful. Every day I feel the same thing, but today it was even more
Yes,
intense.
today it's like hammering off from last Thursdays also.
Hmm. Okay, any
So
more
then,
points, Shri Hari ji, Venkatesh ji?
Points there, I think, very nicely covered. Thank you.
Didn't hear you clearly.
I do not have any points to add. I think
You don't have.
just one particular thing about the the crystal, different colors, how it is being shown. I think that is one very that it is the Atman is different from the Jiva. Very clearly, it has been pointed out. It is imperishable and it is a witness. I think I like that crystal point. I also like one particular thing which I think was. And yeah, I think you covered it, Nikhila ji. The actions of sattvic nature are done, the man becomes one of the gods in heavens. And when the merit of this soul comes to an end, that person comes to the very category of life and being accomplished in many virtues, leaves happily. Then about Rajasic and then about the Tamasic related things, how sages are being done. So I think this is a very good point. I think it is not covered in any of the other texts.
Which are we?
OV 599, 600, 601, and 602.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
From 599 to 604.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Any more points?
I think also starting, in fact, my entire book, everything is ticked as important from 572 to 580.
Mm.
Every movie is like a teaching. Every movie is so beautifully done by Eknathi, explained by Eknathi.
575 and 576 is really good. They seek the inner meaning of Upanishads. They search how and from whom the Jiva came into existence. They are the seekers who search what is Atman, and they are the real devotees. They have complete faith in the feet of the saints, wholeheartedly sold to obey the orders of their Guru. 575 and 576 are really good with this one. We reach liberation in this life only. Such a clear message.
Mm. Yeah. Good. So I think we
Also,
can
this
pause. Which
explain
one?
to see that a person with a knowledge, only a person with knowledge can see that knowledge in the person.
Yes. Yes.
That's Sthita Prajna, to realize that person is one should be a Sthita Prajna maybe.
Mm. Beautiful. Tomorrow we'll complete this chapter
Yes.
and then we will pause. And then once I return, then we will get into. So we'll not have any session on Wednesday, Thursday, because we'll leave that chapter halfway through. And then a long gap will come. So we'll start fresh chapter when we come back. Okay. Over to you, Nikhilaji, for closing prayers.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
So much, Nikhilaji. Thank you, Sri Hariji Venkateshi, Padmaji for joining. Let's meet tomorrow.
हरि ओम्
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.